All right, hi everybody. Welcome to our benchmark lesson for today. We are going to start off in a different text for close readings book. We are going to start and switch over to animal adaptation. So if you have this book for this, you'll need this book for this lesson. As I start the lesson, if you flip at the table of contents, and then we have this essential question over here. And the essential question is what we're going to keep in mind as we're reading, doing our lessons. How do living things adapt to change? So as we read the different stories, we're going to keep this in mind and kind of go back to that question. So today we're actually going to start on page 6. So if you guys want to turn to page 6. And it's going to be the short read 2 and the title Animal Tools for Survival. Before I usually start reading, I like to kind of preview the text and see what I can find out what information I can find out before I start reading. So, obviously, Animal Tools for Survival. I've got the title. I have the subheading of webbed feet right here in bold. I've got a picture over here of a duck with its leg circled. If I scroll over to this page, I see there's a polar bear, there's flying frogs, images of cheetahs, a sloth. There's also this other subheading of sharp claws. If I flip over to page 8, over here I see a bunch more subheadings. I see whiskers, large beaks, long tails, along with numerous pictures of animals. There's a different sea lion, there's a fox, we've got birds down at the bottom. Over here on page 9, I see a squirrel and a monkey. And then at the very bottom, I see this informational chart, animal body parts. And it is that webbed feet, claws, whiskers, large beak, and long tail. Those are like the subheadings too. So I'm wondering maybe if these different subheadings are animal tools, like the title. Okay, if those were animal tools for survival. So maybe that's what the subheadings go with in this story. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to read the first paragraph. If you guys want to whisper read and follow along with me. So Animal Tools for Survival by Sue Quinn. So almost everything about an animal's body is a physical adaptation. The Milwaukee Zoo has an animal adaptations lab. On a recent tour there, students learned that webbed feet, sharp claws, whiskers, large beaks, and long tails are adaptations found in many animals. These adaptations help animals survive. The lab doesn't stop there. The free 8-week program, which runs every fall and spring, allows students to do hands-on studies of adaptations for eating, defense, and locomotion. Here's what a recent group discovered. So, again, I've kind of already studied the title and I've looked at the subheadings and I've pointed out, the webbed feet or the sharp claws. So, again, like I said, I bet those are tools for survival for their adaptation. So, if I look in here, one thing I don't think it's a main idea, but the fact that the Milwaukee Zoo has an animal adaptation lab, I think that's pretty cool. So I'm going to put an exclamation point by it. The story or the fact that the Milwaukee Zoo has an animal adaptations lab, it's not that the story is going to be about that because our title is Animal Tools, but I found it to be a pretty interesting idea. And then if I go down what I've read, okay, I noticed that the third sentence in here, right, where it lists adaptations or what they call tools. that matched those subheadings, and it confirmed my prediction where I said, I wonder if webbed feet and sharp claws, if those are survival tools. So I'm going to underline webbed feet, sharp claws, whiskers, large beaks, long tails, okay, are adaptations found in many animals. So that kind of confirmed when I did my previewing of the text. So I underlined those. I'm also going to underline the fourth sentence since it tells me what adaptations do. So these adaptations help animals to survive. And I think that's extremely important. So I'm going to underline that in that paragraph. Now I'm going to move on to this subheading titled Webbed Feet. And I'm going to go ahead and read it, and I'm going to look for the interesting facts that I can learn or what the story tells me about webbed feet. So again, if you guys want to follow along and read with me, okay, the subheading is Webbed Feet. Ducks and polar bears are born with webbed feet. They have skin or webbing stretched between their toes. This webbing allows the feet to paddle the body through the water with ease. It helps animals save energy too. It says webbed feet help different animals in different ways. Polar bears use webbed feet to swim faster. Flying frogs use webbed feet to glide through the air. So I'm going to stop there and just pull out the interesting facts or interesting details just about webbed feet, this is what I'm going to have you guys and ask you guys to do with the other subheadings, the sharp claws. So this is me kind of as giving an example of what I would like you guys to do after this. So we're going to look at just in the webbed feet, paragraph 2, and then at the top, paragraph 3, and we're going to pull out, okay, what details these paragraphs gives us about webbed feet. So as I read through, or as I read through, I'm going back, I learned that webbed feet, okay, have skin or webbing stretched between their toes. Okay, this webbing allows the feet to paddle the body through water. Okay? It also helps them save energy. So webbed feet, I'm going to go over to paragraph 3 up here. Help different animals in different ways. Oh, here we go. Polar bears use webbed feet to swim faster. Flying frogs use webbed feet to glide through the air. So, if I kind of had to give a summary of what webbed feet are and what they do and how they're used, okay, I've kind of underlined it already. Okay, what are webbed feet? Okay, it's where there's skin or webbing stretched between an animal's toes. Okay, webbing allows the feet to paddle the body through water. Okay, some animals that use it, okay, polar bears use webbed feet to swim faster. Flying frogs use webbed feet to glide through the air. So that would kind of be my summary of information or facts, okay, that tells me the details about webbed feet and kind of how they're important to the different animals. So what I would like you guys to do is right here, this subheading, sharp claws, kind of do the same thing I did. Okay, read this paragraph, and then I want you to underline, okay, what are sharp claws? Okay, what are the uses for sharp claws? So what animals use them? What are the uses of them? Okay, what are the sharp claws? And just like I did, just underline it and mark it up in the paragraph. Then we'll talk about it. If you need to pause it to write this down, the questions down, you can. But I'm going to go ahead over onto page 8. Okay, here's our subheading of whiskers. I'd like you to read this one as well. And then answer and underline, okay, what are whiskers? And how do whiskers help animals? Again, same thing, just like what I did in my example. Then at the bottom of that page, we've got the large beaks. Okay, so where are beaks? Okay, and what do beaks help animals do? Okay, again, it's just the short little paragraph. Just underline the answers to those questions. Okay. Then the very last subheading over here that you guys to do is under the long tails. Okay, read this and then underline when you find the answer. Okay, how do long beaks help animals? And just highlight, underline, okay, it in this story. And then if you'd like to, you can glance over this informational box. But when we can come on live, let's see, it is 1:30 to 2 o'clock. Okay, we'll talk about the different answers and the things that we found for the different subheadings. So again, if you need to pause it for any of the questions, you may, but I'd like you to do sharp claws, whiskers, large beaks, and then long tails. So other than that, that is our lesson for today. I hope to see you guys at 11:30, or I'm sorry, not 11:30, 1:30 for our live meeting.